Hi everyone, my name is Nur Khadijah binti Pakar Razi and my metric number is 280791. Today, I'm going to talk about one historical place in Malaysia which is Malacca. But I'm not going to talk about it by myself because I have a friend to talk about it too, which is my friend Sophie Akilah.
Hi, my name is Sophie Akilah binti Mat Lazim and my metric number is 280433.
So, let's talk about our topic for today, which is Malacca. Sophie, have you ever go to Malacca? Can you suggest one place or building that is very interesting on your opinion?
Yes, I have go to Malacca and it was so amazing and beautiful place. As we know, Malacca known as the historic state in Malaysia, where preserve ancient buildings to this day. So, in my opinion, the best building that I want to suggest for you is the statues. The statues, which bring the meaning City Hall if translated from Dutch, is a historical structure situated in the heart of Malacca City, the administrative capital of the state of Malacca, in a place known as the Red Square. Besides that, the statue is known for its red exterior and nearby red clock tower. It was built by the Dutch in 1950 as the office of the Dutch governor. When Malacca was handed over the British in the 19th century, the Malacca Free School was opened near of the statues on 7 December 1826. The school which the British provided free education to residents was eventually renamed Malacca High School in 1871 upon a takeover by the British government. Located at Laksamana Road beside a church, the supposed eldest remaining Dutch historical building is now home to the History Museum. Among the displays in the museum includes Malaccan customs and traditions as well as the city's rich history from the Great Malay Sultanate to the Portuguese, Dutch and British occupations. So, I have told you about my favorite building. What about you, Khadijah? About the building that attract your attention?
I think the building that attract my attention is Kota Eva Musa or Fortress of Malacca. Kota Eva Musa is one of the oldest surviving remnants of European architecture in Asia. One part of a mighty fortress, tiny gate called the Porta di Santiago is all that history has spared. Kota Eva Musa was constructed by Alfonso de Albuquerque, who led the Portuguese invasion on the Malacca Sultanate. The remains of the fort is now a crumbling whitewashed gatehouse and is located downhill from St. Paul Church. This Kota Eva Musa was also built in 1511 and it was a very old building. Sophie, we have discussed about building. What about the village there? As I know, there is a famous village which is known as Morton Village. Can you tell me about this village?
That's a good idea to talk about the unique of Morton Village. The village is named after a British land revenue collector during the British Malaya, Frederick Joseph Morton. The area used to be a quiet place during the 1960s and 1970s. The area was then evolved to become a tourist attraction since it was declared a heritage village under Malacca's Preservation and Conservation Enactment in 1989. The owner from descendants of the first settlers have turned the houses they inherited into homestays or kampung-style accommodation for tourists to experience the traditional Malay way of life. The current owner of the house preserves all the relics he inherited from his grandfather, including the ancient Majapahit artifacts, as a private museum in the house that has been turned into a tourist attraction. The owner does not charge any entry fee and relies on donations to maintain the house.
Khadijah, I want to ask a question to you too.
As we know, Malaysia is a country that have many nations, which is Malay, Chinese, Indian, Siamese, and others. But in Malacca, they famous for their baba and nyonya. So I want to know if it is true that Malacca is famous for their baba and nyonya.
Yes, it's true that Malacca is famous for their baba and nyonya. They also have the museum which called as Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum. Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum is actually a collection of 3 beautiful restored houses arranged to look like a typical 18th century of Baba and Nyonya residence. This house actually belonged to Chan family in 1861. 4 generations have lived in this house before it was opened as a museum in March 1985. The name of the museum is derived from the term Baba, an honorific manner of addressing a street-born gentleman, and Nyonya, which addresses a street-born lady.
Wow, it is very interesting to talk about Baba and Nyonya in Malacca. Here I want to share with you too about the festival that Malacca has, which is Festa San Pedro. Festa San Pedro, or Feast of Saint Peter, also known as Feast of Fishermen in the Portuguese settlement Malacca, is celebrated on 29 June every year. Being a community that were traditionally fishermen, this particular Catholic feast day has resonated strongly among the locals. At the Portuguese settlement, the feast is celebrated at the weekend surrounding 29 June. This socio-religious and cultural festival is organized by the JKKK Portuguese settlement. Each year, the highlight of the festa begins with mass worship service at the seafront, followed by a procession and blessings of the fishermen's boats, where some of the boats are decorated for competition based on originality, creativity, cleanliness, and religious aspects. The carnival ambience engulfing the festa enhances the experience of the uniqueness of the festa in the Portuguese settlement. Visitors will have the chance to try the Malacca Portuguese authentic food, which is only served during the festa. Season's traditional village games such as sea games, stage and land games, field games are taken up by the veterans and the young ones.
Thank you, Sophie, for sharing a new information with me. And as we know, Malacca is a very famous place and many people go there. But some other place, there are people who does not even know and discover it yet. So here, I want to give a suggestion or opinion about the future event that can be held for attract people to visit their place. The person that is responsible is the government and NGO. And what must they do? They can hold a festival that consists of promotion about the certain place like the foods, interesting places, interesting activity, and others that can attract or give a new information to people about the place. And why must they hold this festival? It is because some people still does not know about a certain place that actually have many interesting places that does not yet even discovered. So that when this festival held, people will know and show their interest to go there. Okay, Sophie, I think that's all for our great talk for today. Thank you for sharing with me. Bye!